Whoa, hello. Is me again.
Make the ground shake.
Battle Pass, wow! I don't want to update any of this crap. So I'm not. Anyway, hi everybody. We're gonna play a game called Me Doing Phoenix Wright on a Thursday. Cause we're not gonna be streaming it on you know, that day or whatever. Tomorrow or Saturday. Ha! Alright. Let's go ahead and do this up. I need PS4 to go away. Haha, there we go. We'll just have them still chill where they are. I don't want to move Violet with, for now. Sorry, the mouse wheels been taken over. All right. Whoa. All right. So we actually left last time off at a really critical point. Like, it was a very cliffhangery critical point. Like, oh man. And I kind of feel bad, but also I don't, because, you know, I won't. You know how it be. Sorry, I'm just checking one last thing and then we'll be good to go. Okay. All right, so I am ready. Let's go ahead and do it up. Oh boy. So yeah, for those who don't remember, we were literally right in the thick of this shit. Like, again, like, I'm not kidding. We were literally in the thick of it. Hardcore. So, to sort of catch up, basically, we're kind of, now going towards the whole suicide thing. We're making our way toward that with Andrews, and we're gonna be there soon enough. All right, so we just heard the most recent testimony, which was about, oh god, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was basically we were retelling one part of the story. I think it was when she was in the room at the time, so. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. All right. Okay, yeah, when she found the body, that's right. Cool. All right. Glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. Oh, that's right, she said she poured it for him because she thought he was sleeping or some shit. Yeah, I remember now. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Hi, Zeal. How you doing, bud? Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Hi, buddy. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. Okay. So, it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't a mess? It wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Cornita? I understand your frustrations in not being able to prove your theory. However... What's up, Kai? How you doing, fam? Before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. Okay. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always has had a hard time waking up. So Juan always had a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Okay, so... Okay. Alright, for myself, I was surprised when I walked in the room and saw in a messy state. And Juani was slumped over, tired looking in the corner. I mean, I would tend to say that he's not in a corner of the room in this picture, but, you know. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he just... Okay, so... I want to see this one again. Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. It really looked like he was sleeping. I think the only thing I have really is the crime photo on that one. I could try it. Nope. Okay. See if we were on the right track. At all. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and save right after this. Okay. Alright, save. Okay. I'm surprised when I walked to the room and saw in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Maybe... Okay, cool. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Yeah, like a knife... Uh-oh! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Cordita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that... that here was the dead man. That's... well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then not so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is... Miss Andrews, Your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ow! Glass is broken! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you were the real killer. No! No! Oh God. That was a very long no. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on God, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Good God, just do it. You're so screwed at this point. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on God's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on God. Oh, here comes Edgeworth. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. Edgeworth, what are you doing? The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What's up, Brian? You enjoying Moon? Streaming that game again? What are you? Witness, don't you understand yet? What's up, Pains? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on God will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on Guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging onto them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone help me. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right, I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. and think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? Someone else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, oh boy. If we request a not guilty verdict, then Madame-Guard's gonna be acquitted. We're gonna get Maya back. But we're going to portray Edgeworth in the fact that he wants to get the absolute truth. But we're basically gonna become Edgeworth, the old Edgeworth at that point, where all we care about is getting a not guilty verdict, in the same way that he only cared about getting a guilty verdict. And he would do anything to get it, you know what I mean? If we force Andrews to testify, then we're going to get the entire truth, and it might end up where we aren't able to save Maya in that way, because who knows, the trial could just go on for another day, and then it's all over. So, I kind of want to do both options, though, just to see what would happen. So we're going to request a not guilty verdict. No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor, the defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible. I'm disappointed in you, Wright. What have you learned in this past year? That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is true, or is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. It's no use! I have the evidence right here. But that's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. The second part of the suicide report. The suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop, I beg you. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will put the truth from your still breathing lip, or pull the truth, I should say. I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please, help me. Damn, really? Nothing matters anymore. Oh shit. I didn't think it was gonna go that way, but alright. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. To stab the body with the knife, but why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. Ooh. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corina, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. What? Okay, let's do it. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. What is this plan you had? I knew right away that the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had its fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Okay. Stabbed his body, yep. So you were the one who to stab the victim with that knife. Gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Unguard's Hakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Alright, so this is the inconvenience. An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun and at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's my soul bag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using, yeah, Nickel Samurai costume. I don't want to concede, but the testimony, it rings of the truth. I'm sorry, Phoenix. No, please don't apologize to me. We were both taken by surprise. Still, I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't, I needed to do the whole on this. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is this secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Angad's room and planted the button? Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Angard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Tiska, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right! It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today. Today's trial, it's over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I don't remember it at the time you asked me about it, although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. Found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Witness, that card! Give it to me, hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to! What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Okay, so I kind of want to reload and see what happens with the other choice that we make. Because clearly we're going into another investigation point. So I kind of want to see what the turnout for choosing that other choice would have been, because it looks like we would have made it no every other way. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore! What? Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. Huh? The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't, because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Sniffle. Cheer up! We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So... Hey, you guys! Glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective! Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. Alright, so I kind of want to see, what that other answer would have been like. So I think we're going to go back real quick and just sort of skim through it really fast, because I'm interested to see what would have happened in that other choice. So, remember we said we request not guilty verdict because, you know, and then Edgeworth is disappointed in us. What if we had forced Andrews to testify? Real quick. Have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. Okay, so basically it changes like a little bit of the start of the thing. So pretty much almost nothing changed in terms of the rest of it, obviously. Yep, okay, cool. I was just genuinely curious how the difference was. So it was kind of he wasn't as disappointed, but he still had to do what he had to do to move the case where it is now. Alright, so what the hell's happening? So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like that. He didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible! But because of him doing that, we got the truth, finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean, almost need to frame Mr. Ungard. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick! Even that woman prosecutor was better than that! Ziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done talking the... Talking? Talking the bullet out? Is that what they're gonna do? Hey, bullet, get out of there! That's what I expect. Taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Pearl, please. Oh, Pearl. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh, yeah. The Hottie Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go and see what happens. March 22nd, Hottie Clinic reception. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Ah, hi. Wait a second, you're... Yes, I'm Dr. Hottie. Alright. Why are you still here?
Yes. What is it? Can I help you? You can tell me yes.
Director Hottie! Oh. Hi, Edgeworth. Director Hottie! Yeah, there you go. But Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what was it?
Director, Franziska, how is Franziska von Karma?
You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yes, and that's the thing, that surgery went well.
You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret.
She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all. And when I stuck up on her real secret, like, she would scream it aloud. Yes.
I see.
Ah, but she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. Ah!
Go back to your room.
You're so mean, Miss my frisky Friska. But that's good. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's time for my AV drops. Yes.
And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here. Wait, do I have them? Damn it! Oh, I thought it would let me present them. Dang it, dude! Oh boy. Alright, let's see. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder, okay? But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. What do you mean? I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ungard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find Ungard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Ungard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me.
What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... But she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. Sorry, I'm just answering a text real quick. Okay. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness, that's card! Give it to me, hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? Assassin? So who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them. He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it is a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelly the Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? Yes, I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen, you need to know something. Juan Cordeiro was killed by Shelly the Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ungard, your own client.
Please stop! I can't listen to you! I can't believe that!
I see. Well, if you want to continue on your investigation, you will need this.
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter.
Letter of introduction. Allows Bear to freely investigate the crime scene. Well, that's nice. Well, that's nice of you.
Alright. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now if you'll excuse me.
Bye, Edgeworth. Oh boy! Mr. Nick! Do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin? No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. Yeah, I guess not.
Maya. Please, I'll ask as you make it home safe and sound.
Nick! Nick!
Oh no, here we go again. Date, who knows? Time, I don't know. Location, who the heck knows?
I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up. Like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around.
Okay. Date, time, location, I don't frickin' know. The hell?
What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue.
Oh boy. Interesting.
That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Oh, how cute! But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. Wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something.
Nope.
Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? There's sure a lot of electronic gadgets in here. What is an antenna doing here?
Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will.
Yeah!
It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you.
He is?
For now, I would suggest that you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you.
Ways, you mean?
Dead men tell no tales. Is that how the saying goes, correct?
Dead?
I'm almost certain I told you on your first meeting. I am an assassin.
No way, you're lying! I mean, an assassin?
People are not always who they appear to be.
Nick!
There it was. There it was. There's the big one.
Mr. Nick?
Huh? Oh, yes. Pearls? I'm caught up on my thoughts about Maya's situation.
Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know.
I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Ungard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too.
Okay.
Right? I guess we'll head back here. Go check the detention center first. Sorry, but visiting hours are over for today.
Aww.
I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt on guard. Ah, here you are.
What did he write? Is it something really important?
I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say.
To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you.
Why do I feel so uneasy all of a sudden?
Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright?
This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. Okay.
Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another.
They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, y'all. Pass that victims list around. You gotta be kidding, there's over 100 people on here.
Mr. Nick, is Mr. Ungard really that big and bad of a criminal?
Actually, Pearls, never mind. Sounds like they're working on a different case. Okay, back to the hotel lobby.
All right now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to for Mystic Maya's sake.
You shall not pass! Ah! Miss Oldbag!
Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger! Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again, although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But really, you really wanted was something more valuable. I wanted you presided one all for me. It's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside of this old bag. Arrgh! Ah, Miss Oldbag! Keep your hands off me! This helmet is airtight. No air gets in, no air gets out. Oh, God.
Then why do you keep putting it on?
Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by.
I'm not hearing this. Oh, no.
Ha! You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper.
Looks like the only way I'm going to get any investigating done is to first do something about this kooky alien. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Soulbag, if you would look at...
What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo!
Ugh. That her perfume, pheromone d'amour I smell. Ugh.
Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth.
Yours truly?
That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook.
Okay.
It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth.
That may be, but she knows nothing's going to come of it.
That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared.
Ow! Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation.
Okay.
What now?
One little thing before I forget. You can't go into On Guard's room today.
Why?
The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear?
I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating to kill her.
So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag.
Can we go to, like, the... Oh, here we go. I wanted to go to the Matt on Guard's place first. Sure is dark.
I'll go turn on a light.
Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich.
Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shoo, the kitty cat. Shoo!
So I guess this is Shoo.
Oh, look at that cat! Oh, what a lovely cat! Hello, Shoo!
Cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me? Oh, shit! May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On Guard's lawyer. The masters. Well, then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes? Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. John Doe? What do you mean? Nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you been served at this residence? Or how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. No, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shoo. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. To speak of the family cat! Yeah. Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown away. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished, a master of law. But there is also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me.
A giant bicycle is flying through the air!
That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal and it moves on its own.
Really? Wow!
But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay.
Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here.
I'm sorry, giant cooking heart? Hello?
Giant cooking hearth here.
That's actually a fireplace.
How are they different, Mr. Nick?
You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it.
You should come and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do.
Okay. I found them.
Ah, there are masks here.
Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo.
Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. Alright, so let's go ahead and move. Oh, we can't go anywhere else except here? Okay.
There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick.
I bet it's for Mr. Ungard's cat to use.
Oh, you mean shoe?
The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. A very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? What is with me and feeling inferior today? Surprised I'm not able to go anywhere else. I figured I'd be able to at least look around a little bit, but guess not. Go start looking around then. Alright, Viola Hall. Looks like we're the only ones here.
And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow.
Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. Okay. Alright, let's go to the hallway.
Hey, city boy!
Lotta, you're still here?
Correct, of course! An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen.
But, do you have a camera?
Rick, give it! Photographers gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief?
Why can't you drop that thief thing already? Would you please? Oh. A steaming hand towel. Nice. Alright, what do you got going on here? What's up, Potato? How you doing, bud? I want to ask you about the night of the murder.
What? You're really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got?
Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not?
Well, kinda, but...
Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes.
I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around.
Exhausted, yeah. I feel ya.
Got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too.
It's like she wasn't here the entire time that night.
The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either.
I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. So, about that note that was inside your camera case.
Oh, that ditty I wrote?
Yeah, can I believe what you've written?
You mean the stuff about Ungard shoving his manager lady onto Cordita?
Yeah.
Ah, well, I reckon you'll not be believing that.
What?
Oh, look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind.
Whatever came to mind?
Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull-dooders. Bull-dooders. Hey, what's with you? Why you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, and why do you look like you suddenly got older too? Or am I just shrinking here? Ah, my baby! My 6-year-old baby! What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? That guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me.
Well, that's kind of how it is.
Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't you? Put in a good few words for me and get back my camera.
You want me to do what?
Oh, listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I'll guarantee you he'll give it back.
Why don't you do your own dirty work?
Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without camera is just a tabloid, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see you then.
And you too there, little un. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. And make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right to me.
Would you please just leave already? Man. Wait, we can go in Cordita's room? Oh, they're looking at Madame Guard's room. Right. Mr. Nick! What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts! I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Excuse me, who are you calling a demon, brat? Ah!
Zoinks, it's the alien!
Who are you calling an alien? Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldegg. What are you doing here?
What is wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me.
Please talk to me about the night of the murder just one more time.
I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face.
Too much JoJo, there you go.
With that imbecilic look on her face. Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright.
Now I've seen everything.
But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night.
I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Cordita.
He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book.
But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. Ungard.
Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Just look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him.
Yeah, the mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at.
Mr. Nick?
Huh? What is it, Pearls?
The presents! They're all bears, right?
She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Cordita's presents from his fans seem to be bears.
Oh, that's because you can't think of Juan without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people dramas. I could see those two tuckered out, drowned down by a river going, you sure can fight. You too, bub, you too.
Did all that really happen?
It's in his biography, bub.
What a load of crock.
So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents.
Yeah, nice. Bears.
I'm Uncle Bear and I say it's barely 8 o'clock.
What is that infertile racket?
It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime.
Oh, that startled me. Thought I was going to die for a second.
8 p.m.? That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember?
Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. The transceiver! Hello? Hello?
This is not a phone.
Maya, how is Maya? You haven't hurt her, have you?
It seems that you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news. Though it would seem my present did you no good.
No, Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya!
One more day, please! All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please!
I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all.
Please, please let Maya say something. I want to hear her. I want to hear she's alright.
Alright. Then... a little...
What is with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello?
it seems... bad. Turn up.
Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break?
Excuse me.
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static.
Ah, Mystic Maya, Mystic Maya!
Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. Sooner the better.
Wow, there are a lot of bears!
Arm clock ones, collector's edition stuffed teddies, plastic models. Pretty overwhelming. Is there any kind of bear he doesn't have?
There's even a few on the trash.
Oh yeah, that was from the before.
It's hard to bear with all these problems. Grr!
Sorry, I had to do that one more time. I knew that Mo was gonna come up.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
I knew I had to do it at least once. Where do we even go? Criminal affairs maybe? No. Gumshoe?
Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner.
That's nice. Thanks.
A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is.
I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat.
Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal.
You've got to be kidding. Here I thought he had already whipped something up.
Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead.
Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about.
Transceiver?
Oh, Mr. Nick! You should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing.
What thing?
Oh yeah! This thing just up and broke all of a sudden.
It broke, pal?
When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this.
I don't hear any static, pal.
Huh?
Maybe it fixed itself?
That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal.
Electromagnetic interference? So what is electromagnetic interference?
It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal.
Oh, when you put it that way.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. The stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right?
Huh? Computer?
It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird.
Oh, yes! The TV does do that! Oh, so that's what you're talking about!
She's so happy she knows what's happening. Seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this.
So the room you were in when the excuse me. So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened. There's got to be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something.
Ah,
Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened?
We were in Mr. Cordita's room, the scene of the murder.
What? That's it. I'm going to sneak into the precinct to get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal?
wait, Gumshoe.
Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah!
We should be going too, Mr. Nick.
All right, let's go. Oh my god. Run! Quickly! Oops. Oops. Go, 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 go.
Hey, you're finally here, pal.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Do you have the, bug sweeper?
Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers.
What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item.
Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's.
Whoa, so this is a bug sweeper.
Looks a little broken.
Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal.
Oh, by who?
Me, of course. Ha, see, this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here.
Your heart and soul?
It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves.
But isn't it better that way?
Oh, well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal?
I'm getting that sinking feeling again.
Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal.
So we're going to find it, right?
Right, now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press space to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's going to give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm going to go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal?
Oh, what a lovely bear! Ah!
Ah! This must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots.
It's a robot? It's a real robot?
Yeah, it's a real one.
Mr. Nick!
Yes?
How many horsepowers is it? How many horsies?
Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so, I'm thinking it's one of the bears, but...
This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I have ever seen.
Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean.
yet, but this bear's eye is.
Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got.
No, you can't! Such a violent act!
Ugh.
No!
It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer.
A what a mitter?
A transmitter, pal.
Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff?
So this tiny thing is a camera?
Yup, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems.
So it's a video camera.
It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set.
But there's no videotape in this camera.
This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder.
So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Hey, you're right.
Set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour was running the time of the murder. So what is a transmitter?
It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal.
It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing.
Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it.
You can set it for a certain time?
Yup, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour.
8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended.
There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I'd guess.
But Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape.
What?
And if you think about the angle of the bear's at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
Okay.
So there was a camera in this bear's eye?
And it was disguised as a present.
And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind.
But who gave Mr. Cordita this present?
I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night.
Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent to almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out.
Oh...
Is there really no way to find out?
I got it!
What?
Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go around to electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this.
But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m.
Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah!
He's gone.
Yeah.
But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake.
Mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right?
Ah!
You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So, there was a spy camera hidden inside the stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl?
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade and only a small number of these are exported here.
What?
The camera and the transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can he really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really?
Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I could still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. It looks taller than all of them. See you soon, Wright.
Wait!
What?
Why are you doing this?
I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, Wright, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida?
A real killer.
Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews?
To be honest, I don't know anymore.
You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Wright. Everything begins with the truth.
Juan Corrida's real killer, Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ungard. And this card, Shelley de Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth.
Got him.
All right, let me see here. Okay. All right.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was...
That assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right?
And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired to kill her to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean, who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer.
Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
And on guard himself?
If Mr. Guard really did hire the assassin,
Then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime.
but it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him.
Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question.
Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida?
Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay?
Didn't see any psyche locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on the secret, or in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Mr. Ungard's secret? What is this secret?
I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now.
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. Still the matter of this secret Mr. Corrida held about Mr. Ungard. And Mrs. Andrews' real intentions. Those are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
Sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Okay. Hey, wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made.
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgy Poo, so...
Edgeworth?
And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are.
This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was, you know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going on around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corrida.
I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl, the nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself as if I would want to see it for myself, too.
Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet it's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything.
So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two.
Oh?
I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though.
Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impacts, Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know.
Married? You mean to Mr. Corrida?
Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the...
Why would Miss Impacts want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. Let's see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager Celeste killed herself. Oh, terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. Okay. Alright. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things are here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Alright, so we gotta go to... Start a criminal affairs and see if there's anything here. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Ungod's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Unguard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnappers' demand and now this? I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go. What? I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. I see you sipping over there, Kai. Hey, careful with your licking. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content? Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Wow, you gonna rattle me, dude? So much rattle. Alright, well. Sure, they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Unguard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now, and whose story do I want to hear? Let's start with Matt Unguard.
Dude, it's Mr. Wright! I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you.
I hope so, too. George just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Unguard.
What's wrong?
Mr. Unguard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty.
You seem kinda different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self.
Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life.
Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impacts' suicide note from him.
Celeste.
Does that jog any memories?
Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for pizza, my treat?
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it like a pea? Is it like a kind of pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay?
I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop.
That's too bad.
Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay?
Mr. Unguard, are you connected to Miss Impacts' suicide in some way? About the press conference.
You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai?
Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Looks like the type of dude who would greet you with,
"If you're Mr. Right, where's Mr. Left?"
no, that's Mo. It'd be,
"If you're Mr. Right, where's Mr. Left?"
that'd be a Mo statement. 100%. That'd be our good friend, Mr. Mo the Clown. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Yes, the Cyclops! Whew! I knew this was coming.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me.
Psyche locks.
You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude?
All right. It's time. Let's see what we can do. Let's just see what we can start with, and then we'll go from there. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Cordita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Right, I could keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap.
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Cordita, especially on that night. What can I use for that? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Cordita, especially on that night. But how do we... But what are we investigating? Maybe...
Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything.
What do you mean by that?
It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude. I don't get it. Why would she want to frame me? I mean, I've never done anything to her, dude.
Mr. Ungard sounds pretty sincere and he seems trustworthy. So I have to find out what Miss Andrews' real intentions are. Right, let me talk to her. Maybe I have to leave and come back? Or I can talk to the... Can I examine the guard? Nope. Okay. Let me try leaving and coming back.
It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here.
Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all the electronics stores.
Then I'll make some salad for him for dinner.
Looks like Pearls really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us.
Mr. Nick,
Yes?
where's the lettuce?
I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before.
Oh, I guess I have to give up on making a salad then.
Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. Alright, let's go back. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Adrian. Alright, let's go. We gotta talk to Adrian first, I think. Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Cordita had on Mr. Ungard. About Miss Celeste Impacts. I had finally put her death behind me, and now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. What's up, Kugarix? How you doing, bud? Long time no see. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. Yeah, it has been a while, dude. Everything going good? Suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. Yeah? If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way! Hey man, things being okay is better than nothing. Did I finish Cage 3? Yep. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? What I think? I think it was pretty good. Wasn't like a perfect game by any stretch, but it was pretty good. Wasn't that bad. What I would say. Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews! Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh boy, here we go. Psyche lock, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. Am I gonna get the DLC? Probably. But... Sure, I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. Alright, let's see what we can do with her then. It's only one lock, so it shouldn't be that bad. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you had said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? So where did you think Sora was in the secret ending? Oh god, it's been so long. I'd have to watch the secret ending again. I don't remember some of it. Oh. Just doing something else is the answer for now. And then he'll magically find his way to the next game because, you know, that. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Wouldn't it just be Celeste? Celeste.
There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Miss Impax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? Can I? That's a damn good question. Where would I find it, then? I don't think I can. We gotta go find stuff. I am unsure. Maybe we can go back to Matt's place? Looks like no one is around.
What happened to that person with the stuffed teddy face?
Oh, she must mean the butler with the stitches in his face.
Choo! Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, aren't you? Come on, let's play.
I wonder if that butler, Mr. Doe, is already asleep or not. There's another door over there.
You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick.
Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Okay. We've seen all this before, though. What am I missing? No. Yeah, there's... There's nothing really... What am I missing here? Oh. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me! Uh-oh. Oh! Mr. Powers! What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. But all of a sudden, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I could see how they thought you looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
What do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya and myself are your only 2 allies in this whole world, but it's all right.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Ow. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Ah, you see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities and their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? A dazzling sort of image? But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey. So did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? I saw, well, you mean Miss Inpax?
We heard something about her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Cornita?
How do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. A truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Cornita by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There are still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Boom, 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 boom.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal! I'll be back at the office really soon.
What's wrong?
Something's really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth,
Edgeworth?
Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end.
Hello? You got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Mushu said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow I doubt that. Oh boy. Alright, cigarette and co. Here we go.
What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go.
Well, what happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. Huh? this quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal.
The bear.
I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that figured?
Shh, Pearls. And? Go on.
There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Ungard.
Huh?
Matt Ungard. Your client, that's who, pal.
And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was...
I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A receipt? That's all you have?
Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Ungard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ungard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ungard himself.
My sight is failing me. This can't be. So what about the spy camera we found?
That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal.
Never thought. Didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corrita's room was Matt Ungard.
Why? Why would Mr. Ungard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrita in one of their rendezvous.
I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
Are you going to see him? Mr. Ungard, I mean.
Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick.
I wonder
what we will find out next.
Scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt Ungard, what the world have you done? Alright, I think that's all we can do. I think we just have to do it.
You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude.
I think it's time you told me the truth.
Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
Oh boy. Here we go. See if we can do this. Let's hear what that secret is of yours. What if Mr. Corrita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I could keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap.
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Corrita, especially on that night. Maybe the camera to start? Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Corrita's room the night of the murder.
Secretly film? What?
And then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter.
Wow, but dude, where is this camera you're talking about hidden?
The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
I guess Juan had a few of those kind of fans too, huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
The person who gave this bear to Mr. Corrita was... Mr. Ungard. Don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Aw, but he says he knows you. How can you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ungard.
If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
Here's proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. I have here 1 credit card receipt, Mr. Ungard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time.
A $3,800 toothbrush?
It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew. Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not?
Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing?
Yes?
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that?
Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, not yet. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential.
So, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Cordita's room and filmed it in secret is... Is this the Adrian Andrews part?
Adrian Andrews?
There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Cordita were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Cordita, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right?
Dude, you can be such a moron.
Huh?
Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. That's what we were in the industry called juicy.
The good stuff? Juicy?
Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stopped paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude.
Too bad that wasn't your intention.
What are you talking about?
I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Cordita because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Cordita's room was... The press conference ticket, maybe? Oh, no, not that. You're always saying really absurd things. Okay. Alright, so... Well, I think it's his secret, but, like, how do you mark that? Or how is that... I have it, but... What am I missing in this? There's one thing I'm missing, I feel like. And I think it's Miss Andrews' thing, but I don't think I can talk to her. Let's try Adrian again and see if I can make this work. She only has one, so clearly I think it's the missing piece that we need. But all right. I've already told you countless times because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I would want to take revenge for. A woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. And that's Celeste. We know that. There's only one catalyst that could cause such a strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impax's suicide. Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide was also Juan. What does this all have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? Can we? I don't think we can. So one of these is wrong. Well, one of them we're missing. I don't know what it is. Crap. One of them I'm like, I have to finish this here, but I don't know whose thing I'm missing for what. That's my problem. The relationship between Matt and Celeste can only be unlocked by probably Matt's secret. So it has to be Matt Ungard's thing we're missing. It has to be. There's no other way around it. So we gotta just figure out what it was. All right, here we go. So we've been through part of this. Okay. All right, so we know the camera thing. All right, hidden in the bear. Very good. Person who gave this bear to Mr. Cordita was Matt. Okay. Here's proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. The receipt. Okay. Alright, here we go. Can I ask you one thing? You're my lawyer. You're looking into stuff because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Alright, I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is, of course, it would be strictly confidential. So what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out because I want to... Blah, blah. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Cordita's room and filmed a secret... is then Adrian Andrews. Going around the Miss Andrews and Mr. Cordita were having secret meetings. You who was keeping tabs on Mr. Cordita, you were going to reveal his fact into a scandal. And then they talk about the big scandal thing. Alright. I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Cordita because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I could think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up the camera in Mr. Cordita's room. Oh, God. Hmm. We have to have the answer. I mean, there's nowhere else we can go with this. Was it to the recording part of it, maybe? Nope. Well, we're dead, so... So now we have to do that all over again, because game. That's kind of the part of this thing that I really dislike, is that it doesn't checkmark you at certain points and you can't save during this section. You just have to like live with the fact that you have 1 HP. And you just have to like constantly go back through every single piece of thing that you've done already and deal with it, because there's no other way to get yourself back to full HP other than just eventually getting it right. It's really cumbersome, and that's probably the only thing I hate about this mechanic in this game. Now we have to go through the bear, and then we go through that. And then we talk about the bear, the person who gave... It's Matt. Blah, 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 blah. We already got through all this. Proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Credit card receipt. Thing about the elephant hair toothbrush. Yada yada yada. Broke that. Okay. Alright. Remember going around, and then the tabloid thing. You didn't spy on Mr. Corday because of Miss Andrews, and there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Corday's room was... I don't know what to put, like... I think it was to... I don't know, watch him die? But, like, how do you put that? His autopsy? Like... Him? No? God damn it. Damn it, now we have to go through it again. What am I missing on this? There's nothing else I can talk to anyone about. Like, I have nothing else I can do at this point. Like, I feel like I have everything I need. I just literally can't think of anything else that I could possibly do. Because... Because Adrian Andrews' thing requires... Matt's thing to be unlocked, because she is talking about a secret between Celeste and Matt on guard. Oh, god damn it. I selected the wrong one. God damn it, damn it, damn it. I wish there was a way to, like, give yourself full HP for this thing again. Unless I'm actually missing something, I have no idea. Like, I thought I had everything, but I can go back through again and look through everything and go through every place again and try and find something, but I doubt I'm gonna find anything because I feel like I have it, but I feel like maybe I am. Who knows? I mean, I'd rather not waste my time, so yeah, probably. Okay, then I have no reason to be anywhere else. Alright, so... we have to... Matt on Guard's story is the one that we have to do. His is the only thing, only way. But, we have to go through this again. I mean, that's what I thought, it's just that, like... I just don't know that one answer. Problem is now, I've got to go through this, like, another... We got to spend another minute and a half doing this. Also, what's up, Tommy? How you doing, bud? Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're almost there. I'm trying, dude. Right now, I'm just kind of miffed at this whole part. I hate the fact that I have to go through every single thing again. Just... Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, you didn't spy on Mr. Cody because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Koreda's room was what? A card?
What is this card?
Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you?
Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know someone shady scumbag like him?
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. Can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt on Guard, I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because you're a hero of justice. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt on Guard.
And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought, anyway.
Mr. on Guard, you really did hire...
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
Consult myself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt on Guard.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What did he just turn into? What the fuck? He just turned into like a mob boss? What the fuck?
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really... So you are Shady the Killer's client.
You didn't really think I'd dirty my own hands in this, did you?
What do you mean?
And that woman, Adrian was quite brave herself. Trying to stick to the crime on me, I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that one is dead. That's in there, right, Mr. Lawyer?
You're lying! What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera in?
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
You knew about Miss Andrews' secret?
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins.
What?
Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay, even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video's my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Damn, dude! Mr. Ungard turned out to be, evil mob boss surfer dude.
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough for an answer for you, little girl.
Why? Would you kill Mr. Cornita?
Because he was about to sling so much dung under my beautiful public image. The scales are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Cornita had been able to give it, then Mr. Ungard's seeker would have...
Oh, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Cornita ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it, the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for him, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt Ungard. Aw, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
I like how he just has a big ass glass of whatever the hell that is, just out of nowhere. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corrida, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone.
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? No, all I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room.
You
killed Mr. Cornita! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Aw, but too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Aw, but you can't, can you? That'll be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya!
You wouldn't want to test a killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose.
You scoundrel.
So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Quan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer.
Maya, what am I supposed to do? Now you finally found it. Oh, the starting line of this case. Hitchworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, Wright, what are you going to do if you plan on changing your strategy?
No! We can't do that!
That's right, he's holding Maya hostage.
What should I do?
That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Right, only you can decide where things go from here. 1 year ago at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn.
My turn?
What is this thing called, a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own.
I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer. On guard, that man is really...
It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system?
Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery?
Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now?
Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard and acquittal, that isn't proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do!
Right, would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong.
Huh?
We aren't some sort of heroes. We are only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do.
People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty.
Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all.
And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty.
I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken.
What do you...
Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now?
The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time.
Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ungard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer?
Right.
Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client.
Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself.
I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am.
Yeah?
This is what I like to call my aftercare.
What the heck is aftercare?
My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of an assassin's duty.
An assassin's duty?
We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end.
What is your name?
I believe I told you once before, however.
You did, but...
My name is The Killer. Shelly the Killer.
Yo, Shelly the Killer!
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain,
But Maya!
it would be my duty as an assassin to see if she receives a nice long nap.
Oh no!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Wait, was that the cat? Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Yo, did I just hear fucking Shoe? Are they at Matt and Guard's house? Oh my god. I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? Can't be. That cat. Can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Ungard Mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah! God, that music gets me every time, dude. Maya! Please answer us, missing Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. Can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. He and Ungard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. It looks like there's another room in the back. Leave that to us. I'm sure the investigation team is already doing its job in there.
Oh! It's a figure of the bear! But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Cordita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Oh, I'm sure that's for Shoe!
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door, it's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Ugh, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Ungard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals into VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No! But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. Searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. Now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Grab this, because I already know what it's for. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impax, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Cordita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Ungard's mansion?
And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Yep, and that's the piece we need.
Ah!
What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get on guard. A guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for that helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later.
No! Mystic Maya!
Right! What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us.
Edgeworth.
Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' psyche lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Sanders, I have come to remove your psyche lock. Psyche lock? I want to know, and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Okay. I mean... Alright, here we go. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for the murder? I've already told you countless times it's because I thought Matt was the killer. Well, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? Here we go. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Ungard's mansion. And after all this time, My last remaining secret has been revealed. Give the girls a girly voice, though. Hey, let me just get right on that because I'm totally good at it. But they all would sound like super high-pitched, not realistic. So that's why I went with what I did. So too bad, Koji. Deal with it. Haha. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Cornita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes, because of Matt.
Because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean?
Think I can see where this is going. Told you. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? Or they were a couple, weren't they? Whoops. Wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible!
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. Scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. Seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. See, so that's what happened.
And why did Mr. Cornita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Miss Impacts!
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and... So that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. So I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Or bring to them, yeah. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. That's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. See, what a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and talking with me. And for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation, or with what I know now. To be continued. And we will continue this next time we play this game! Heyo! Got him. Which will be... that's a good question. When this game be played again? Probably next Saturday. Is probably when we'll finish this game off. Well, by finish this game, I mean, I think we're gonna I know we're probably gonna finish the trial, this episode, so that means we'll probably, and if I'm right, this is the end of the second game, and then we're gonna go into the third game. So, yeah, that's the plan. But tomorrow, as soon as I get home from work, and eat a little bit, we are going to start Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers leveling, and that's literally what we're going to be playing, like all weekend. We're gonna be. I'm gonna play it for probably 5-6 hours Friday night. Go to sleep early, wake up super early, play all day Saturday, and then all day Sunday. So, gonna be a good time. Hopefully you're there for it. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Love all you guys, and I'm out. Well, goodbye.